Before we start, we'll see a short prayer.
In Jesus' name. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this great opportunity and bring to us to be your.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As part of the protocols established by the King, and I, on behalf of the King and the Council, welcome the management of RIWAMA, and the stakeholders that are convening to this August visit. We say you are welcome. And for this meeting to start, let me do a brief introduction of the people that are the custodians, culture and tradition of this kingdom. This kingdom is headed by a king, the traditional ruler, the new one of Rumuolumeni, and by the grace of God, the natural ruler of Rumuolumeni kingdom. He is King Engr, Chukwuemeka, Woji, Okocha, Olumeni the XII.
America. Yeah.
Oh, America.
Yeah.
It's very pleasant to know that it's a government is in menace.
America. Yeah.
By his right hand, he's the secondary person. Is Frank Financial Igbo.
America. Yeah.
And closely following the Secretary Council is Excellency the head of our family and of the council. And let me introduce my principal. We can talk too much. He is the speaker of the council and one of the oldest members of all the council officers and traditional rulers is Larry Woji. And my humble self, I am the deputy spokesman of the council and the public relations officer of Rumuolumeni council and traditional rulers. My names are Dr. Collins Wabara. You are all welcome. It might sit on 10 seats. They belong to members of the council that are unavoidably absent in today's meeting. And based on that introduction, I would want us to go straight to the matter by asking RIWAMA introductions so that we know and we are here. Okay. Right before you, Eze, and his Council of Chiefs, we have the Managing Director of the River State Waste Management Agency, a technocrat, a well-learned person, in person of Dr. Ibimina Wokoma, who is here with us. Just at his immediate right, let me start from there. We have the head of waste operations, Isobo Clary. Just by his side, the seasoned administrator is the director of administration of River State Waste Management Agency, Mr. Cosmos. And immediately after Mr. Cosmos, we have the head of the department, the health department, people who are in charge of the health in River State Waste Management Agency, in person of Davidson. We also have representing the DPO, in RIWAMA we have the police station, because enforcement is key. So representing the DPO, we have the SO, who is here with us. And in the entourage of the managing director and the management team is here, as you can see. We also have SA's BAs, the Public Orientation Department, several other persons that are here with us. And also one of the essays, particularly I will just mention, who happens to be Ubereji himself, who has always been negotiating and discussing and ensuring that markets are clean in River State. So I want to quickly hand over to the council so that you give our managing director the opportunity to address us. On that note, I also want to use this singular opportunity to recognize some other groups that are in this meeting for the benefit of RIWAMA management. In this meeting, we have the Youth Council here, the Rumuolumeni. We have the Youth Council present here, and it's led by Felix Jinda. So, but Felix Jinda is the head of the Youth Council.
I think our mission here is very simple. We are the University Risk Management Agency, and as we all know, we are the specialist agency that is responsible for serving proper risk management. The university, specifically Farga and Airport. We will also do some oversight in other local government area, but our emphasis Farga and Airport. We have noticed that in managing waste from experience, stakeholders have to be involved. It is not something that the agency can do alone. Because apart from what we generate as individuals in our respective homes, the agency itself is close to zero waste generating entity. If you look at the volume of waste that is generated in Calabar Charger in River State, you will assign less than 1% of that knowledge or volume in the agency. So virtually all we are doing is rendering service to residents and people from River State. Now, in our appraisal, we noticed that from Aga Church, we are coming from Aga Church to the agency. By the time we get to this St. John access, the waste situation is very horrible. Very horrible. Horrible in the sense that, like I said, we are not looking at the volume that is being generated. No. We are looking at the dumping pattern and the attitude of the people towards waste management, towards supporting the agency and ensuring that they manage this waste properly for the community people and residents. The waste are being done to the middle of the road. There is hardly a zone that we have that we don't provide receptacles. Waste are supposed to be properly backed by people that generate this waste, and then they are supposed to be done by the receptacles. The state government, under the leadership of our Igbo governor, has funded this agency and supported the agency adequately to provide and pay service providers. That is the waste evacuation contractors that come to pick up this waste. We also have sweeping contractors. The essence is to make sure that residents and people of River State live in a healthy and sustainable environment. Because one of the dangers of waste, apart from destruction of aesthetics and beauty of the place, is that it has advanced health implication. Waste can lead to spread of undesirable sicknesses and diseases. So that is why the state government has invested so much to make sure that this agency, RIWAMA, evacuates this waste once they are generated, and our contractors are there to do that. But if you come to this area, we see that, the dumping habit is becoming very horrible. In spite of the fact that the waste is not done at the receptacle, I think it's only one place that they saw them dumping at the receptacle. Yeah, what? That at the station. Otherwise, every other place you see them dumping at the median of the road. Even there, people will see the receptacle and see dump on the median. So it has been a major problem, you know. Apart from dumping on the median, what some people they done, and then most times they start their scavenging activities there. So if you give them ways to go and dump, when they go in the bag ones, that is okay. The person that is related to this waste has tried to bag this or waste. If it is a Woji, they are the ones that are doing catching. They use their catch. They are being patronized. They come and collect this waste, and then they will go and dump the waste at the median. Right there, they will tear it up and begin to eat for plastic and other things that they consider valuable there. So we have come to collaborate with the community and other stakeholders. Yes. The market is a major stakeholder in this waste challenge that we are talking about, the waste movement. Because the volume that is being generated around that market it surpasses every other waste volume that is generated on any other part of the game. The stretch of this road. So which means the market is even the now the market ought not to be the market is investing to us. There is no way we can live without market. We do our buying and selling in the market. But the way to manage the waste here is the challenge. We have markets in other places that are well organized. Organized to the point where they even organize management of waste properly. We didn't provide the menaces they do for where to dump their waste. So that when the evacuation contract is on, they go there and dig or they buy their waste. When the evacuation contract comes, they now, dump the bank waste. At the receptacle that they provide them. For the market, we expect them to have the receptacle very low to provide. And then that also leads me into another one. We cannot do waste management or waste disposal without engaging the services of private service providers. In recent times, we have noticed that the private service providers that are used by many people or some persons, and that is where we have this challenge, these are our advocates. This is not the first time that advocates are doing business with cars. These are cars and they talk and they wish. But as we know, when they started, those trucks and cars we are used to transport loads. Then the people that we see them around park. People that travel and you have if you got a house is nearby and you don't want to use a taxi. You can just engage and go, carry the load and drop right in front of your house for you. Or if you are returning from market, they help you, they carry the load. That was what they were doing. But we noticed recently that they changed to operate as if they are private service providers. They go door to door to collect this. And then when they collect this, they go along wherever they like. And their favorite place now has become the median of the road. When they dump this place here, they start their scavenging activity here. They tear bank waste. There is also another danger. When these people even come to your house to carry this waste, they look around for other things that you don't intend to do with. They begin to do, you can see, maybe they will see metal, they will see glassing. So sometimes, even things that are important to you, that you keep within your claim, they carry it away. There are also some other criminal activities that they can embark on. In the first place, they don't have people they registered address. People that recognize them don't even know them. So we are advocating that the best way to manage our waste is for us to, when we find our waste, if the receptacles are very close to our houses, we can dump the waste at the receptacle ourselves. But here they are not close. If we want to do it in the comfort right from our home, we can engage the service of professional registered private service providers. That is what I do in the estate that I live. And you'll be surprised, they are even cheaper than Lepugi. So we have to protect our community. One way as an agency that we can protect the community is to ensure that this sensitization is done so that people are aware that this our attitude or our neighbors' attitude or our residents' attitude towards waste management in this locality is something that is causing major problem to us.
Of course, if you also look at the chances that accident may also occur, if you not caution sign, most times people do not even know that you have that kind of equipment and somebody can even run into it. So there are several reasons why we have to work together to make sure that we solve that attitude, that wrong waste management attitude. It is something that we need to collaborate. I'm very happy that His Highness and his Council of Chiefs, they have done very well by also involving our youth here. I had during the introduction, I had mention of the presence of the youth and some youths. We know that in the community, the youths are like the soldiers of the community. And this thing that we are talking about, it will require a kind of enforcement on the side of the community. If the community stands today to say, no, you cannot pollute our environment, even we will not pollute. We have to adopt a right and acceptable approach towards waste management. And what is this right approach? We bag our waste, we dump at the receptacle of managing this waste, so that when we start to give awards, Rumuolumeni community under your leadership should be a front, one of the communities that we should say yes, they deserve to win. No matter where we have started, I know that we are going to end well, and in few days and in no distant time, we are going to have a better result. So, let me conclude my own part by summarizing our expectation or our plea as an agency. First, I want to reiterate the fact that we are very grateful, and everybody in the state should be very grateful to our governor for funding and enabling this agency to render adequate waste management service to the residents and people of River State. But for us to get a better result, it is something that we need to collaborate. The people that we are helping should be ready to receive the help. If you want to give somebody something, the person should be able to raise hand and open his hand to receive. Your Excellency has given. He has funded and provided service providers to come close to us and evacuate our waste. What we need to do as residents, as community, as citizens, people that are doing business, as households, is for us to imbibe standard and good waste management practice. And these practices, like I said earlier, they are very simple. Bag your waste when you generate. Dump it at approved receptacles. The median of the road is a forbidden place to dump waste because of the accident issues that are associated with it, because of the destruction of the aesthetics. As you are coming, if you dump waste at the median, it's the first thing that you see when you are driving on the road. The one that you dump at the receptacle, you hardly see, except it is full and overflow. But the one of the median, if even it is only one pack, it catches the eye. It is not good. There are some places, if you go to Buda Valley, you will not see the total house, because you know that is a place where from time to time they also do some communal things. Either they are doing one ceremony or the other, and they are using a section of the road. So it will not be proper. Maybe when you are doing video coverage now, the next thing that you are seeing is waste. You know, it's just rubbishes whatever you must have spent to have a very wonderful and beautiful location. You know, so when you are buying your waste, please, the receptacle is their good place to come. But finally, I also want to say that let us try and encourage the use of private service providers. These are only them. The way they operate, they are not private service providers. Because the way they operate violates every principle of waste management. Scavenging is not done on the road. Scavenging is done at our dump site, not even at the receptacle. We don't permit scavenging. It is done at the dump site. So the community, our respected community should help us. We need the receptacles so that we can prepare them to receive this waste. We have seen a few of them, but we need more. And then the youth should also help us under the directive of His Highness and the chiefs to do enforcement so that people comply. The markets should also help. They are the ones that are generating directly or through their patronages most of this waste that we are talking about. So they should imbibe standard waste management practice. They should look to a place within the market to dump their waste. And then they will let us know where they are dumping this waste so that our service providers will come and evacuate. Let me not take all the time because we still have a lot of other things to do. I know that Your Highness and the chiefs and the youths and everyone present here still have a lot of other things to do. I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity as we look forward to a better collaboration that will take us to where we desire to be, a clean, sustainable, and healthy environment for the person. Thank you.
Give a round of applause to the MD of the morning for that beautiful presentation. In that presentation, I think we are able to know everything that surrounds the operations of RIWAMA University. It's an eye-opener, it's quite detailed, and we're happy with that presentation. Please, the king has permitted 3 people here, I will name them, to speak for 2 minutes, then we will conclude this meeting. Because this meeting is very strategic. They say a clean environment is a clean health. And so what they have come here to do today, you might not see money, but once you have health, good health, I think you have money. We will call on the market representation to say something for just 2 minutes if they are selling it. We also call on the youth representatives to say something for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. And we will call on the representation of the Society University to say something. When these 2 groups conclude their presentation in 2 minutes time, we will now.
Standing on the existing protocol, my name is Felix Chindler, the youth president of the Kingdom of the Grace of God. I thank RIWAMA for his visit today because why I said so, this visits me as an individual and the youth chairman of Rumuolumeni. I have seen the community, how waste are littered all over on a daily basis. And as a person, I'm not happy over it. In fact, we are also making an arrangement to how to reach out to RIWAMA over this issue. But today, the RIWAMA, they are here today to engage with Olumeni to see see how this issue can be sorted out. First and foremost here, I want to, in this meeting, or should I say after this meeting, we will engage with RIWAMA. First, to know the dump site, approved dump site, approved by RIWAMA in Rumuolumeni, because this is in most cases, this area has put confusion in most of these people that don't refuse. Many of them, this site are not known to them. So they have seen the current walkway, the center demarcation as a place for dumping of refuse. So we want to identify these areas so that we can actually begin to, put up our campaigns to inform people, enlighten people on the proper areas to dump this waste. Secondly, I also want to make mention of waste silos, we call them. These silos, we don't see them because if we don't map out this point and tell you the truth, when you go areas to work on, you may not know. These waste silos, naturally or the way designed, they are supposed to be stationed in some areas of this dump. But in most cases, we don't see them in this spot. People go there, litter this waste. If they are there, those who tie this waste, they will go there and throw them to silos. And I don't think a body will go inside the silo to scavenge them, bring them, and litter them all over. So these silos are very necessary that you provide them at due time so that this waste segregation can be managed. Then I also want to make mention of immediate evacuation. Sometimes we notice that this waste, that there are 2-3 days, sometimes 1 week, if not more than, they are not removed. So we are also appealing to RIWAMA to please step up their management evacuation system to enable this waste. If they are removed immediately, they will not begin to deteriorate, decay there. How much more forming some level of chemical that will begin to give people issue with their health. Then we want to talk of community engagement. I think it will be better because RIWAMA will not stay in their office and monitor, manage this whole thing and consider it to go the proper way we are talking about it now. I think there should be level of community engagement in this synergy. Let it not be just a meeting and after this meeting and end up in this meeting. Let there be engagement. Let also see how RIWAMA can engage people from this community, because if you go, the people who are here, they are the ones to manage. I think there is a task force, and this task force, we don't see them anymore. Sometimes before the task force comes from RIWAMA office to Olumeni, those who are done being reviewed, they have done, they look good, they don't and go. But if you have people synergy in Olumeni, people you can also put to your process, I think it will be better they are grind here. It will be well managed and policed properly. Concerning the other one, I think the community, the north side, they will look at it and make resolution on that. Thank you very much.
The market people, let me call you to speak for the market people. Children, the market master.
Without any stress, that will waste it on me. Anyway, let my mind about the market and inform our people. So the delegation come out of us.
What the market manager has said, it's quite brief and straight to the point. They want to get the receptacle properly identified. so that they can ask marketers to go there and dump their waste. That also is part of our discussion today. I think we'll get all those things done at the end of the meeting. Let me call on one representative, the people that are managing waste in the community, to come and say one or two things about this meeting.
I am lucky to choose I recall during the time of the past director, Woji, he did something by engaging all community heads in terms of sanitation on how to manage waste properly. And then we constituted committees on how to regulate where and how they dispose waste. And I think as at that time, when these organizations were constituted, one of the challenges we had then was payment. And Ogan Batalia will bear me witness on that plan that we made that time. We said these committees, how are we going to fund them? And they said we should, whenever we get people who are defaulting on what the original plan, we get them arrested, and once they pay them, we source income on how to pay these persons. But we all know that this kind of plan is not feasible. It's not feasible in the sense that the people you're going to use to do these jobs are people who are looking for ends meet. And what are you going to pay them at the end of the day? How many persons are they willing to hold at the end of the day? So the plan wasn't feasible. Though we tried, like the chairman, the youth chairman pointed out, tried at a minimum level, but payment was the issue, and we had to stop. So the director here pointed out getting a approved receptacle for them to approve in order for us to manage our waste, where people will know this is the particular designated area to throw their waste. But I tell you, in the middle of the night, people go to throw their waste, and at the end of the day, you will not be able to know the particular person who threw this particular one or that one. And if you're going to set a committee to look out in the probably early hours of the morning and the middle of the night, how do you fund these persons? Because you can't say when they catch someone, how long will they continue that pattern? These are people who will leave their houses. How long will they continue that pattern? And how will they get something substantial to go home with probably at the end of the month? Because in our economy today, a job of 50,000 doesn't even carry a child. How much more an adult and his family? So the agency should give us a visible plan on how to go about this. And also, when you're engaging us or indulging us to do these things to monitor these certain issues regards to waste management, we also found out that in as much as they dispose this waste, one of the issues we are facing is the contractor, them coming to dispose of this waste, probably because of funding, just like you pointed out. Now, sometimes I take it upon myself and my brother here, Chika, who happens to be the Obiabo eye in terms of waste disposal in the community. We took it upon ourselves in the CDC level to make sure we call the contractors. This place is clustered with waste. Why not come and dispose them? Most of their excuses are funding. Because they cannot do the job when they are not being properly funded. And we call them, we harmonize with them. At the end of the day, we make sure these places are all clear. And the people who are actually doing it is self-service for the good of the community because they are not being paid. So please, the agency, as you are here, I thank you for coming. But we should give us a visible plan on how to go in order for waste not to be issues
not just for Rumuolumeni alone, but for Rivers State in total. Thank you.
I was right there. I want to thank you, sir. I thank RIWAMA for this gathering. This sensitization is very crucial. A very greeting to His Excellency. I've empowered RIWAMA to do what they're doing right now. And I will present a good message from my university to you. And only one area I want to comment. Your observation, according to you, when you visit the university. I want to assure you that if you look at the university structure of defense and all our operations within affairs, if you go there, if the university is not clean, the student will have right to tell you that there is a very strategic plan of post management within the university. At every point, there are points of dumping in the university, stationed with evacuating vehicle. That is strategy in the university, and then by care the professor as place. Now, outside defense is poured into the community. Our security don't have rights on the media rights in the community. That's what we saw people talk. They are not our students. They are not our residents within the campus. All our staff who live within the campus never and will never take our refugees outside defense. What else? Already structure done inside. I want to assure you that what we do, collaborate with the security agencies and the communities, that area is called delegation. That they can control the media than they expect the basic security to go outside. Of course, you know what will happen. So I want to assure you, if you collaborate with us to our security and as well, the CDC and the outside security to ensure the media within this full benefit is well clean. Then I assure you, even as I'm talking, you go there, you see a station evacuation vehicle that is collecting within all the campus. I thank you very much for this meeting. As much as you engage us, we'll be willing to collaborate with you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before I will hand over the king, I will hand over the microphone to the king for his reaction. I will
Rumuolumeni Rivers State the MD of the world, yourself and you're welcome. You're welcome to Rumuolumeni. We are Rivers people. And one thing Rivers State is known for, Port Harcourt is called the Garden City. I try as much as possible to be very efficient. That is my personal lifestyle. And as such, I look at every area of life, most especially when it comes to health. They said that cleanliness is next to godliness. Good thing we have health workers here present, because this engagement will not be complete in their absence. I take public health very important, because a clean environment is a healthy one. So the health workers here present, thank you for being part of us. This engagement will also help in drawing better and proper health policy for the state. Because if we manage our waste well, we manage our health properly. MD, I don't want to go over all you've said, but most importantly, we as people, we have always been open to engage and work with the government, because we are part of the government. The sovereignty of the state belongs to the people. People have donated their sovereignty, their powers to an elected official,
who all of this is saddled or is on his table. The box stops on His Excellency's table. So if he has delegated waste management to you, then you are working for the people. I took a lot of notes when you were speaking, because there are areas I would want to touch, which in most cases that will be touched already. But rest assured that community collaboration we will do 100%. The government is the government of the people, and as such, the people of Rumuolumeni must participate fully in the affairs of the government. Waste management is one of those that we must participate with. Participate in. After this meeting, we are going to discuss more about these points that have been raised. We will see how best we can to map out points here. We set that goals in place for websites. We'll see how to go around the 6 villages and 14 sub-communities and satellite towns and make up Olumeni. We'll see how to go about it. And, so that we can map out these points. But I will pick for one thing. The world is going faster and things are being done not just manually but automatically. A lot of things have been automated. So I will believe that the agency look at modern waste management approach, not just the drop and pick. There are other modern approach that is obtainable on that basis. So River State and Nigeria should not be an exception. Not just picking the waste that is a challenge to us. I intentionally had to drive through Accra Road once I was coming from the city. And after picking up the waste, the road is still dirty. I think part of waste management is sweeping the road. And I can tell you that in the last 2 to 3 years, there are areas where I have not seen road sweepers. I do not know why it is that way. Because growing up, I see women that sweep the road very early in the morning, but that has gone. I don't know where it has gone to. However, I think it is very important that more road sweepers should be engaged, so that after picking up the waste, the road is so clean. Where I lived before, they wash the road. They use water spraying tanks and all of that to wash the road. But I think we are going to get to that point. Not just washing the road, they fumigate the whole place. They have automated sprayers that they drive around town. They fumigate the whole place. You will not see flies. Cockroach, mosquitoes, you will not see. It is not rocket science, it is. These are part of waste management and ways to improve health. So waste management and health, they go hand in hand. So if we can look at these areas, it will do us good. Another issue we have also seen on many occasions somebody I know closely would say, even humans that are created by God before sick, they break down at the point they go the way of movement, they die. On our roads, on several occasions, we have broken down with disposal trucks. Trucks that have broken down on the road. Sometimes some stay for days and weeks. They're causing traffic challenge. And on many occasions, those that enjoy nightlife, those that love overspeeding when the road is free, sometimes they run into these broken down trucks. I think sometimes that's the one happened at the Victory Junction here. The car ran into the broken down truck and the guy did not make it. This is also a challenge for us. So if you can help us get this broken down truck from out of the way, it will do us good. As you know, the trucks park most times on the speed lane. You know, the road is divided into two, the speed lane and the shoulder of the road. Most of the time it is part of the speed lane, close to the median of the road. And if somebody is on speed and runs into a broken down truck, you know what it is. So please help us and help River State, so that when trucks are broken down, they are taken out of the road immediately. They are towed out of the road. We don't want to have such record of unfortunate incidents that they say does be motor. The person jammed does be motor, and I thought that it's not good to hear. But the question will be asked: what is the management of the waste management agency doing that their vehicle will be on the road? So help us to reduce this hazard whilst we help us to do the community engagement. The youth bodies here, the leadership of the youth bodies here, the market people sent their representative. We are going to go indoors, discuss further, and come up with the next step. Once that is done, we will get to you, we'll get back to the RIWAMA so that we can draw up an action plan. Because if we only talk and don't take any action, we don't mere rhetorics.